Let's do a stock market recap on the Nasdaq 100, the triple Qs. So what we're going to take a look at here is the daily time frame on the Nasdaq 100. So I kind of monitor /NQ for the futures and the triple Qs ETF to kind of monitor the overall, tech sector market. Predominantly, those are the stocks that I like to trade. Guys, if you want more information on what I trade, what I'm trading, when I'm trading it, when I'm buying, when I'm selling, kind of get my input along with some other traders that I got in the room. Great group of traders that I got in the room. You guys can join that Discord. That Discord link is down in the description box below. Also, if you guys are learning how to trade and maybe you don't have a strategy, but you're looking for kind of like a winning formula strategy, obviously all strategies can be implemented, but at the end of the day, it does come down to risk management. You can check out my website, evolutiontraders.com. I've got some great info there. But let's kind of talk about what's going on here in the Nasdaq 100. If we take a look at what's going on here, you can see this trend line that I had drawn out. The bulls absolutely today needed to defend that $369 level. And the reason why we needed to defend that level is because if we take a look here, going back to the 10th of January, that was the bottom wick that we put in here before we ramped back up over the 100 and then kind of made that little dead cat bounce. We went on a little 3-day rally before getting stuffed at the 20-day moving average, getting rejected and coming all the way back down. So I was looking at, if the bulls can defend this area, which if we kind of go zoom over a little bit, it was going to be a lot of this old resistance and consolidation going back to around July, August, seeing if this level can kind of hold. That level did not hold. So, the triple Qs overall and the Nasdaq, the growth stocks, are under a lot of selling pressure. Okay. If you're currently holding positions long, you're feeling and experiencing some pain. If this is maybe you got some of these stocks in a longer term account where you guys are, looking on a bigger horizon, 1, 2, 3 years down the road, I would just try to average down on your position and kind of, not monitor the computer screens as much on an intraday level. But if you guys are active traders, there's definitely a lot of volatility, both on the bounces and on the flushes that you can take advantage of to kind of make that cash flow. So one of the levels that I called out in the Discord today, any build below this 369.32 could flush. Okay, so we got below this 339, came all the way down to 366. That's a 2.5, 3-point move, guys. I did take around 10 contracts of this off the rejection on the hourly chart, and I can show you where I took this trade. So what I was looking at here intraday, okay, intraday we were coming up. We made this first attempt at the 50-day on the 1-hour time frame once and was rejected early in the morning. Then we kind of found a little bit of a bottom and pushed higher. And as I seen this second attempt, what I was thinking here is if we can't get above on an hourly time frame, if we can't get above this in the next hour candle and close above it, I was going to look to fade this off this rejection. And that's exactly what we got. I got in on this candle here around 10 a.m. and I actually hold for about an hour and a half. So somewhere in this range when we came back down to this 369. And the only reason why I closed and covered my position at around 369, because I got into this trade, current stock price was around 373, 372.80, right in that area. And I got about 2.5 points on my move to the downside. And what I was thinking is that if we were going to bounce and in the triple Qs, we're going to hold this level, I didn't want to get caught in any sort of snapback. But the other trade here was to just kind of wait for this confirmation to flush the 369.32 on the downside, and you could have also taken this from 369 all the way down to lows before close at around 336.5. So that was a second opportunity trade there. Two different setups, two different ways you could have played this. Just kind of giving you guys a couple of ideas. But with that being said, we are coming down to a very, very big key zone here, and that's a 200-day moving average. So with that said, on this 200-day moving average, there's one of two things that are going to happen, just like always. Either stocks are going to go up or stocks are going to go down. If this is going to be the short-term bottom for now, right? And we're going to get some sort of, market relief and some sort of bounce. I could see either in the overnight session or in the pre-market session or right off the opening bell, I could see an initial flush down through this 365, 366 area and then get a hard bounce. Okay, if we do get some sort of hard bounce, we do have to treat it as a dead cat bounce, just due to the fact that we are underneath the 50-day moving average, we're underneath the 20-day moving average, we're underneath the 10 as well as the 5. So this is not a time where I'm going to say, okay, just because we bounced, I'm going to go ahead and get long because we're coming all the way back up. That'd be stupidity on your part, okay, and on my part. So with that being said, we can definitely play the bounce, but the area that we need to do and look for is we need some sort of washout on 365, and then we need a reclaim. When we get the reclaim of the 200-day moving average, this is when we're going to want to go long any sort of bounce off this 200-day moving average, and we're going to look to play that into today's channel back up here. Let me just give you some good pricing here. 372, 374. Those are the two areas where we're going to look to take profits. Okay, so if we get a bounce through any kind of flush through 365, get a reclaim, we're going to look to take profits here. We're going to look to take profits here. That next point of attack is going to be back up here towards the 100-day moving average. And that price, just to kind of give you guys an idea, is going to be around 375. So I don't want to talk about what the market's going to do next month. I don't want to talk about, you know, is this the bottom? Is the selling pressure over? We don't know that, because what could very well happen is we can get this washout. We can get a bounce back up here to the 5-day moving average, chop around, and then start to lose this zone again. And this second time, if we do lose this zone through the 200-day moving average, bears are going to be in full control of this stock market going forward, because this is now going to act as a harsh level of rejection. So any kind of ramp up could get faded, and then we do some consolidation, and then we ramp up again, we do some consolidation, and then we pull back and we do some consolidation. But what is this telling you? We are making lower highs. We're making lower highs here, which means that we're going into a corrective state, maybe 10, 15, 20% on the overall markets here. If we can just kind of take a look at what's been going on really, the first half of this year, the first couple of weeks, put in this high here, lower high, lower high. I could see a bounce coming into this region here, which would be a lower high, and then we would get another flush through the 200, and then back up to the 200, which would make another lower high, and then a continued flush down. And we would repeat this process until we start to curl around and can get above some of these levels of supply, like the 20, the 10, the 50-day moving averages. And we're really not going to be in any sort of bull trend until we get back into this zone and start retesting some of these highs here around 408 and take that level out. Guys, I hope I gave you a little bit of clarity. If you'd like more information, join my Discord. That link is down in the description box below. Also, stick around to my channel, subscribe, like, comment, as I'm going to be putting out different technical analysis videos on a number of different stocks. I would highly appreciate it. And until next time, guys, I will see you guys all later.